how big a perspective is this, that they're now going to have to start charging for audiobooks, it feels like?
Well, I think it's a big move because for so long, Spotify kept the price the same, right? And now they've risen it, they're rising prices twice within a year. And I think that, part of this is the introduction of audiobooks this last fall. You got 15 hours with your premium plan, and you only paid if you went above those 15 hours. So Spotify's been paying these book publishers but not collecting money. So now basically what's going to happen is if you want to keep listening to those audiobooks, you're going to pay $1 or $2 more a month, depending on your plan.
Right.
But they're also going to introduce a basic plan with just music and podcasts. And if you don't
that bit's important, right? The shares are up 6%-ish, on track for the biggest jump since the first week of December. So there's the thing the investors like.
Yeah.
Which Caro outlined is moving towards profitability, but the consumer's going to look at it and go, oh, what? It's another thing I've got to pay more for.
Yeah.
What are they getting in return? What is the access that comes with it?
Well, they're not getting much because they've already had free audiobooks,
right.
So basically they're getting the choice. Do you want to pay for audiobooks or do you just want to just listen to music and podcasts? So it's a little bit more choice.
Let's stay in the world of entertainment and those that represent those that have big podcasts and big music. Endeavour. I mean, we've long heard from Ari Emanuel sitting down with our own Lucas Shaw at events that we have, of course, like Screen Time. He didn't like being a public company ultimately, or where his share price was, and now they're going back private.
Yeah, there was always this frustration on Ari's part that, the market wasn't valuing these collection of assets the same way they saw them, but it was always a little bit of a confusing mix, right? It was talent agencies, it was open bet, sports betting information, bull riding, the spinning off of UFC and merging with WWE. And what did it all add up to? I think this will give the company more flexibility to make sense of those assets, maybe sell off some of the pieces there without quite as much scrutiny from investors who didn't really get the vision.
The shares actually moved on this, but I think we kind of knew it would be done.
Yeah.
There's an interesting paragraph in the story, which is, including the TKO element, Silver Lake gave this a $25 billion enterprise value, making it the largest private equity takeover of a public company in more than a decade. Why do we care about this maneuvering?
I think it will be interesting. It gives, a little less visibility to what's happening in Hollywood from my perspective.
Interesting.
You could see WME. You could see what was happening with the streaming with Peak TV as their revenues grew. We're going to get a little bit less visibility into that. We'll still be able to see what's happening with UFC and WWE. But it'll be interesting to see Ari. I think it'll give him more flexibility to make some moves. And he's been a big player in Hollywood. So I think that'll be fun to watch.